All right, guys, today we're going to address some of the maintenance issues on my 2006 Triumph Bonneville. I want to get rid of these aftermarket fork gators that have just torn themselves to pieces. We're going to replace those with the factory fork protectors. Those just go right on top of the fork legs. Maybe they don't look as vintage aesthetic, but they won't tear themselves to bits. We're also going to address the front brake. The front brake just feels squishy. I'm going to bleed it, but as long as I'm taking it all apart, I'm also going to put a set of Galfer semi-metallic brake pads on the front brake. All right, the first step is I got to loosen the front wheel nut, axle nut. All right, next step is I got to remove the speedometer cable, the brake caliper, and the front fender. All right, we got the speedo cable off. Let's get rid of the brake caliper. Got my new Tecton tools here. So hopefully these will do a nice job for me. All right, I used a socket as a drift to punch the rest of this axle out, and I also got a jack to help me get this tire. Got one bolt left on this fender. Loosen this fork clip. I suppose I could have used a small hex on this. These are 8mm hex. Let's see if I can get enough torque on this with this 3/8" ratchet. No problem. Pull this sucker out. Voila, there's one fork leg. All right, guys, skip forward a little bit. I pulled the fork leg and pulled off the gator, and I put on the fork protector. The hardest part of this whole thing was getting this thing pressed down on here. There's a couple little features that it has to interlock with, and man, that's a tight fit. All right, gonna torque these triple clamps to 27 Newton meters. All right, guys, got triple clamps torqued up, got the fender on, got the wheel on. Just got to torque this axle nut to 60 Newton meters. Et voila. All right, torque the axle nut, pinch bolt, change the brake pads. Just got to torque these caliper bolts to 28 Newton meters. Okay. I'm going to over torque them. You can see the fork guards instead of the gators. We got new brake pads into the front wheel. Axle nuts torqued. Pinch bolts torqued, triple clamps, both sides torqued, caliper bolts torqued. Cool.